They now continued. And Dre now said, Iyabo now responded. There, Iyabo now sent the voice note, but they continued. So Dre now said, Shebi you do Yankee. Sanclef said, be like you don't chop belly fool. I will post for the whole world to see. Dre say, I don't fuck up. Then Sanclef say, you dey play with fire. The likes of Naira Marley go learn. Now, in all honesty, for Sanclef part, for all the good chats, Sanclef is one of the person where actually they fight for the justice. Although he said a lot of insults, but I can understand his tone was based on emotions. There are few people here that were fighting for justice, but some had an hidden agenda. But let's go back. Iyabo claimed that she left the group chat immediately after this fight, but that's not true. On the 9th of October, Iyabo posted something of me and Davido in the group. Then she said, there's confusion in your camp. She did tell Dre, Davido, say there's confusion in your camp. No wonder this guy has the liver to be chatting shit. That is me. Because a lot of people like Davido are supporting him. So make we know what's up. Justice for Mohbad is forever. Not only who killed him. Forever not only killed him, but bullied him physically, financially, and mentally. Justice for Mohbad is not only who killed him. So somebody killed Mohbad. When in the world they don't leave people who buy person, start to go find people who bully them. But boy, when the cities, this Mohbad will be fine who kill him. You say the justice for Mohbad is not only who killed him. So somebody killed him. Do you understand? And these same people talk say that justice they define. But let's move on. You said you left when they fight, which is on the 6th, but this is your post on the 9th in the group. On the 9th again, you continued again talking about Davido. You now said, you continued, you said, Davido shouted justice, but was supporting the same guy who is working for Sam Larry and Naira Marley. That's why she put it on my head, say they work for them. Just because I'm not saying what they want to hear. I am saying, who deal with this boy for house? She continued, I dislike Oshaka, Shoko, make them stay one place, make we know where we stand. Then Dre now said, nobody will stop justice. Make your decision out there. I dey support, I stand for justice. Then she continued. There's something Dre said. Dre now said, nobody should think because of one person in my camp, in my own camp, you should not do or say your mind. Do the anything you feel like to do out there. Therefore, enabling any attack on Davido from this place. But anyways, let's continue. She said, Davido is definitely supporting Naira Marley. Nobody can tell me otherwise. Be like say I am just observing, I am watching. When they find justice for Mohbad, but you dey bothered about who they follow or who they follow. This is the justice for Mohbad group. Then she continued, my problem is not even the black, that is me. Whatever is Davido, who flee down like he claimed to fight for justice, but he still dey follow Naira Marley. What is it with you and who they follow Naira Marley, this woman? But anyways, and now he's not only following their supporter, which is me, he's doing a live video. That is Ojoaye now. That means he was just chasing clouds. I am so disappointed with him. And to think he has been saying he's the only superstar artist who stood by Mohbad. Jesus, fake love. Now she finger these thoughts against the video. And Sanclef, being an emotional person, will genuinely they fight the justice, because I go through everything. Sanclef clean. A lot of them, their hands are clean. Do you understand? And now from there, Sanclef can start today. When they talk about the video, meanwhile, she can't put her now saying Sanclef they attacked the video while she leave the group. But let's continue. On the 13th of October, she still posted again. This is the same way that said you left immediately. She posted a picture of me and somebody, Oti. But this time, now cutie Jews na in poster, because cutie Jews and her na party, all of them they run out together. Now, Tonto Dike on the other hand, in as much as this is crazy to come out of my mouth, Tonto Dike was genuinely at some point trying to fight for justice, and I will take you people down, they could understand. Now the time of DNA, now he clear say Tonto Dike no even know what's up. Do you understand? And a lot of them didn't know what's up. I could post that DNA part. It's so crazy. I'll post that. But let's finish with Iyabo that lied that she left that group chat the day Sam Clef and Dre had a problem because Sam Clef was attacking the video. On the 13th of October, she posted it on the group. One, a repost from Kitty Juice when they talk say I be gay, because as I don't dey press their neck, I don't dey talk with they know one year, they put gay allegation on me. Then she said, Tonto, what she just said, Tonto was surprised. Tonto said, let me just believe that this blog knows what I know. If not, how was this posted just few minutes after I said it? Now, Tonto, if you are watching this video, know this today. You said this to Iyabo during few minutes. Let's take QT just post it. But Tonto Dike is not entirely done. But again, am I no good? Then she said, this is a secret in the gay community here in Abuja, and my cousin is one of them. Anyways, make it fly. So Tonto said for surprise, but QT Juice na their party. But let's continue. Iyabo said she left the group immediately after Sam Clef was now talking about the video. Abi? On the 6th, now on the 13th, you still posted. On the 22nd of December, Iyabo, this is you. You said, thank you, family. You still posted. On the 29th of December 2023, you still posted, hello, everyone. You still posted, I am going to put out the write-up soon. This is you again. On the 3rd of January 2024, you still posted, Barrister Ramide, blah, blah, blah. This is you again on the 10th of January, when you said, I am in Abuja, you still posted in the group. This is you again on the 11th of January, you still posted in the group. This is you again on the 11th of January, when you said, Mohbad father is a useless father, very useless father. This is you again on the 22nd of February, you still posted. This is you on the 29th of March 2024, you still posted, when you people were planning that we leave Nigeria. This is you again on the 13th of April, you still posted. 17th of April, you still posted. 2024. 26th of April 2024. This is when people were saying we may have done a private DNA. This DNA will come back to them. This is you again on the 9th of June 2024. You still posted when you say happy birthday, beautiful soul. Tonto Dike, King Tonto Dike, love you loads. Davido and Sam Clef had their issue on the 6th of October 2023, but you posted till you people were on that group till on the 9th of June. Now you are saying you left that group because of saying they saw the video, making it look as if now Sam Clef they attacked the video, you leave the group. But that's not true. The main reason why that group scattered is because of Yomi DNA test results. I will post it. I didn't want to do all these things. But because you know what just talk. You know a lot of narrative we push. You know you people distracted justice from Mohbad because of your own personal agenda. A lot of people in this group actually came for justice. But you know a lot. You know why I say you know a lot? Because now only you for that group. I can beat my chest to say Sam Clef have never spoken to me before. In everybody in that group, now only you to talk to me directly. I'm not trying to push it on anybody. But don't lie. I've been trying to cover you all this while, thinking that, okay, yes, you will just use your mouth, just talk, say, okay, and to the general public, this is what happened, this is what happened. Again, that part when you talk, say, justice for Mohbad is not about who killed him or bullying. No wonder, that is where that narrative started from. That justice for Mohbad is not only who killed him, but who bullied him. So who kill him, make it go scot-free? Who kill him, make it go scot-free? Anyways, we'll continue. This is not play. As you go on, you will learn the hard way.
I think I want to believe that is all for now. You know, it's quite appalling. It's quite appalling. It's quite faceless. I don't know. I don't know what they actually consider as quest for justice. it's, I'm not going to be rubbing it in the face of the Nigerian public, so to speak, that, you know, we deserve things like this. I don't want to say that. I will only blame people like myself and those of us that we wanted to, you know, dedicate our time, sacrifice, so that if it is just 5 people per day, 2 people per day that will know their rights and be able to think outside the box. That is one of the mandates that we're given. That is one of the things that we wanted to do. We're not just going to be fighting government officials, you know, fighting police only. Our duty is, Emily, welcome on board. Our duty is to ensure that people know their rights, promote the frontiers of human rights. And most people that are now leading this cause of justice and struggle, they don't know human rights. They don't even know their rights, let alone the rights of other people. First and foremost, one thing is clear and certain. I'm not saying this to give VeryDarkMan a soft landing with whatever is releasing from the chat, but this is it. When an act is done, even if it's an act, or if they infiltrated into somebody's privacy, and the intent for, you know, releasing the content of your privacy is not to subject you to mental stress or all of that, but the intent is to expose a crime. The moment that particular intent and the content is being exposed, the rights of that person that owns that particular stuff, that want to lay claim on privacy, is already secondary. So it is very important for you to know, if I get access to your phone by whatever means, let's take for instance, and maybe probably you went to sleep and somebody picked my phone, and when the person was looking into my phone, maybe by mistake, or I didn't lock up my phone, and the person sneaked into my phone and found where I am planning to commit terrorism, or found in my phone a video where I was abusing a child, or found in my phone where I am taking somebody's life, or found in my phone evidence of how somebody's life was taken and I kept it in my phone, and the person was able to lift it from my phone and exposed it. The intent of that person exposing such content in my privacy is not to blackmail, to fraud, or to subject me to bullying, but to expose crime. Immediately, when that case, even if it gets to police, it will not fly in any court of law, because the point is, before they want to establish a crime, they would have to establish the intent and what you tend to want to achieve with that expose. And when they realize that the reason why you were able to do that and expose it, or what you're able to achieve, is bigger than what you are trying to claim, nobody would have to attend to your own stuff again. Because how would you want to go to in front of a judge and say, yeah, this man went into my phone and he took out a video where I was defiling a child, and so giving my fundamental rights of privacy? Is that not madness? If in the particular chat there is evidence that you were trying to obstruct justice and deceive the public and even defraud the public and make a mess of a particular woman, and even obstruct justice, that somebody who was supposed to get justice, a person who was murdered, if it is found against you, there is no court that will listen to you. Your right is now secondary, and the action of that person will stand and will override your fundamental right to privacy. That is human rights, and that is the law. So most of these people, we need to understand. So when you want to fight a case, if the person brings something from your phone, maybe where you are kissing your wife, or whereby you have an information about your health, and the person, or your own personal nude, and the person goes into your phone and took the stuff up and published it for they will ask the person, even if you charge the person to court, the first thing they ask is, what do you intend to achieve by lifting this person's personal private moment, by lifting his conversation with a daughter, or with the son, or with a friend, and bringing it out? This conversation, what do you intend to achieve with it? Maybe the person is talking like, okay, you know what, I will borrow you 5 million naira and then you don't worry, don't pay me interest. It's his personal stuff, and then you went to leave that. You just want to prove that the other person, who is a popular person, is borrowing money. So your intention is not to unravel a crime. Your intention is not to expose a crime, or your intention is to malign, is to degrade and to hurt the person. So the judge will look into even the police will look at it before they file charges. But if whatever is being taken from your private moment, even if the person find a way to come into your house and the person is able to capture where you are abusing your wife, where you are assaulting a child, even if it is a video of your house and the person did not tell you before recording it, but the person can record you where you are abusing a child, where you are trying to hurt a woman, where you are beating your wife, where you are trying to take somebody's life, or it's your privacy. But what you are doing in that private moment, if you find its way illegally to the other person, the person, if they expose it, your right to privacy is no longer valid, and that is the law. Because intent will have to be determined. Ask any lawyer, ask anybody around, because nowhere you will come and say as the complainant, as you want to come and say as the plaintiff, my lord. No, it doesn't make any sense. And that is why when you look at, in the case of this Adura, Mohbad's younger brother, claimed that the 3 seconds video that was to be used to defraud me, which they said is how Mohbad and his wife fought and he hit the head on the floor. This particular video has been in Adura's phone for over a year. Secondly, the email, the TikTok that was used belongs to Adura. And in the investigation so far, with the old nonsense he was saying, along with the police officers that are aiding and abetting him, that want to even ruin his life, he was saying that I deliberately did not log it out. You could all hear it from my press conference. He said because the Damola was his nigger, so he chose not to log out of his own TikTok as well as email, and he sold his phone carelessly to such a person, the person that is like your own ally that you roll together, and that, so whatever the person did with it, he is not the one. How will I establish the full fingerprint that it was that person that was doing it and not you? Because the traces that will make us to establish that the phone was hijacked, it was hacked, there is no traces of that. He was trying to say that I just chose not to log out, and I sold it with him like that okay, this is my email, this is my TikTok, everything. I'm not logging them out. Who sells their phone with videos as well as all their social media without logging out, without deleting it? So you want to come to court. That's what I'm saying. I'm waiting for that sick police officer that will say, oh, stop mentioning Adura, mention whoever, because somebody come and say, I sold my phone with the content of the phone, even with my TikTok, I did not even log out. My email, I did not log out. I just sold it to my friend, and that is why he had access to the video in the same phone. The phone, Adura. The video in the phone, Adura. The TikTok in the phone, Adura. The email, Adura. And you did not log them out. You did not delete them. You didn't hack into them. He now said, so because of that, you must accept. I said, not on your life. But because of criminals like those that are probably working with them in all those chats that you see, they were trying to say, pressure him, and some terrible, disgusting people are coming to defend them and say, I said, I'm not going to be accepting that. And, we keep pushing that until we get to see honest and forthright police officers that know the meaning of the job and are willing to listen up. Because if no be anything go, so much anything, you do those go Hero Adura yẹn máa sọ pé wọ́n fẹ́ bá wọn lórúkọ jẹ́. I said orúkọ wèrè wo lóní, ta ló sọ pé kò ti lórúkọ? So at the end of the day, we are not backing down as a human rights organization. Me as a person, there's nothing that will make me back down. I am going to return back to Nigeria very shortly, and I must see to the end of it, and that this young boy, God willing, he will get justice, because there is no two ways about it. those that took Mohbad's lives are in that house. And don't be surprised. It is going to be any of those that he tattooed on his body and those that he has kept in this particular track that he said, oh, praise them, that I've been playing earlier. So, and by so doing, we'll put to rest to this nonsense and we'll move on to other people. So these are the things that we need to know about the law. I'm not a mistake of a person trying to look for fame or looking for engagement on social media. I don't naturally alone you lay crowd. I just want reasonable people to follow me and reason along. Inú ogun tún ṣẹ́ ayédè pé gbogbo àwọn tó bá wà lórúkọ jẹ́ náà afífìlà pé ní wọn kàn ní ìtara kò lọ títí. Look at what is happening to all of them, because virtually you can accuse me of anything. You cannot accuse me of backstabbing any of my friends. You cannot accuse me of betrayal. You cannot accuse me of trying to run down my friend. You cannot even accuse me of kimariyo pé nǹkan tó rẹ̀ mi ṣe. Intention, but let me contribute my quota for this person to grow. I have dealt with so many people that even the act itself, they don't want me to grow in it. They don't even see the good in me. Well, and I look at it and some people that, oh, picture I always zero my mind and say, this person is my own choice. Is good at it. I want this person. But I've dealt with people that they don't believe you can do it. They don't even believe that they can help you with their own platform and to make you grow. It's better for people to grow. Only good friends will look at it and say, if this my friend is giving encouragement, if I give him my platform, he gives him his own platform, we'll grow together. But some people that I've been dealing with, they just, oh, he's not good at it and I don't want him to grow. So, and I keep growing in my own way. So, and I'm not pursuing or doing anything. So, like I said, we've written to the president. Our first letter to the president was on Vanguard newspaper, open letter on the 25th of April 2025, and we went through the diplomatic route. We wrote to the president via the ambassador, Nigerian ambassador to UK on the 6th of May, and of course the investigation, the president gave the order that the case file should be taken away from Panti in Lagos State, where so many things are happening. They don't want to pursue justice for Mohbad, and then all those lacuna. And luckily, recently, VeryDarkMan came into it, exposed so many things. Before then, the coroner inquest rounded up, and after then, coroner inquest rounded up. But you all should know that Mohbad's case, justice for Mohbad case, is already in court. But they only charged the nurse and spending the friend. They said the nurse, who is a quack nurse, who messed up with Mohbad's life. He said the nurse came, and it's becoming clearer that even the nurse is looking like he treated a dead body. She treated a dead body rather, because Baba Mohbad has deposed to an affidavit that Mohbad died on the 11th. That is another lead that the police never worked on. Baba Mohbad might have played along before and maintained on the 12th, but there must be something Baba Mohbad knows or has as evidence that made him to go and depose to an affidavit. The coroner inquest didn't touch on that. This police in Lagos State never touched on that. But for sure, the police in Abuja now, they will call him for questioning, and he will establish how he came to the conclusion that Mohbad died on the 11th. And don't forget, even Iyabo on different occasions, before they start asking her, because I don't think she has a very good memory, before she starts changing her stuff, she has been maintaining that Mohbad left this sinful world on Monday. If Mohbad died on Monday, who is that police officer? Who is that prosecutor that will be presenting Mohbad, the nurse to have treated Mohbad on Tuesday, and she should pay for a crime? We want the real act. So we're not going to be blaming the prosecutor now in Lagos State, because they are relying on the investigation done to them. And that is why we are asking the police in Abuja, they will now go back into the case, and when they correct all these anomalies, they will send it back to the prosecutor, and they would correct and tell that nurse, why did you also lie and admit to statements that you treated Mohbad on Tuesday? when you are lying. So she's going to be facing another big charges if eventually the truth is established that Mohbad died on Monday 11th. And how that will come through, police will do it. I'm not going to be telling you step by step the process they want to take or how they are taking it, so that they will start looking for it to, they will think they are smarter. They might have tried so many things to cover up these loopholes and the lacunas, but I can tell you for free, in my heart, that I know they will tell them they are not smarter, because the people that took Mohbad's life originally and those that are trying to aid and abet and cover it up are stinking dirty criminals that they need to be put to the place, and they must be taught the real lesson, and that way justice will come from Mohbad. So we'll go on a musical break now. You guys are now power tapping. This is weekend. It's a movie a power tap. I'd like to see that people are listening to me and alive. I don't want to be thinking that I'm speaking to ghosts. It's one left to me. If I know people are listening, I'm okay. But they said they should always tell them to power tap. So don't forget, before we continue that musical break, we all must stand firmly and get justice for this guy. Not because we are trying to make unnecessary point, but because it concerns all of us. Justice for Mohbad is justice for your daughter, for your son, for your father, for your brother. It's justice for the country, and it will reshape the country. This is how things work. So please, let's come together for the very last time again. Let's come together on the 11th of September. Let's occupy all Nigerian embassies abroad. Let's pass the message that we have a problem with our Nigerian police. It's looking like they are not listening to the public. It's looking like something is going on. And then we will now have the president to now again look at those that he is having at the top echelon in police force and say, I wrote to you guys. I thought you people are loyal to me. I have a mandate to deliver justice to Nigerians. Every Nigerian. Mohbad is a Nigerian. And now, you told me you want to work with me, to support me through your force, to give justice to Nigerians. And I wrote to you guys that please look into this matter. Again, you were not doing anything. Now the public are now making it look like I am not interested in giving justice to a citizen. And that is one of the things and advantage of that 11th of September. Please come up peacefully, wear your black t-shirts. If you can, form a group. Let's come together and let's speak. Only in America, which is going to be the 12th. They are now going to be coming out on the 11th. They will be coming out on the 12th. So we will need them in those in America. We have them on stuff. So yes, they're going to listen. Classic Owen, the president of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has listened, and the presidency practically they sent people to Abuja and to Lagos to lift our own case file from Panti, from the officers that are deceiving us with investigating the 3 seconds video and not doing anything. Maybe somebody gave them the order from above. We don't know who did. But now the president said, my hand is not in it. I have no hand in it. Whoever are trying to lie that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is saying that Mohbad should not get justice, should have their brains checked. I am not part of it. Go and lift the case file and investigate and prosecute. And the order that I am aware of is that they should harmonize everything and prosecute whoever is found wanting. And certainly that has been going on even before this coroner inquest gave the verdict, before VeryDarkMan started what he's doing. But our lawyer are now in touch with the investigating team, and as soon as we have a clear cut update, certainly I'll reach out to you guys. But I don't want it to be those old pattern. Normally it's nothing that an NGO is not meant to be coming to be telling you we have done this today, we have not done that today. But because we were faced with so many stuff and we came in between to investigate, so I have to pay respect to those that were on ground before and to show to them that I am not running with the trophy. I'm not interested in the trophy. I just want to support Nigerians. I want to give voice to the voiceless, but people mistook that for something else, and I mean, a lot of banters, lies, defamation, concocted stories, half stories. I have to deal with so many things, but I keep fighting on. And Mohbad attacked me, Baba Mohbad sang against me, Adura abused me, Umi called me names. I look at it, I say, what is all this? That doesn't stop me. But even the Naira Marley and Samilari, they didn't abuse me. But you people that are the family are the one abusing me, and I'm not seeking justice other than for another person. I am not even taking the justice elsewhere. I am seeking justice for Mohbad, but that was where I got to know that so you people are the ones trying to create this diversion with whoever you are working with, because I am still convinced that if Wunmi had told Iyabo Ojo the scenario, the sequence of events that led to the demise of Mohbad, it makes no sense to go after Naira Marley and Samilari. That doesn't mean you cannot talk about them if you want to talk about the bullying. But when the polity, in the heat of emotion, when it is so sensitive, and where we are all looking for who took Mohbad's life and who should be sentenced probably death by hanging or life imprisonment for buying Mohbad, that was the picture they were painting. So there is no way it would have been that way, and then you are talking about no, that's too much for you as an activist to, if it was just bullying, or that's the only evidence you have. All those things that she was saying, okay, we saw this, no, that's not enough to accuse anybody of buying somebody, because it's capital offense, and it is important for her to accept that most of these things, my approach, if you don't want to accept that your approach are not right, because to her, she came for me severally, trying to correct and condemn our own approach to speaking, equal justice and balanced justice. But now she's got the moral right to accept that our approach are off the belt, they are criminal, they are too sensitive, and could have led to so many lives destroyed and many people, lives taken. And that is another serious one. Okay, he has dropped another one. Has VDM dropped another thing? So VDM to drop another thing. Money hour. So last time to suppose he didn't leave group. Direct DNA or the one he just dropped it out. Clearly you are network group. I think about move with network one already. So quickly a man do your go. I just have to keep you guys up to speed, because in activism there is no rivalry. It's IG. Yeah, I'm on the IG or TikTok. Okay, it's because I'm on this. Oh my god. Let me see. TikTok. Hold on. Is it on TikTok as well? Is it on TikTok as well? It's not on TikTok. Okay, let's see if the IG one is going to come up. The one thing that you should all be concerned about. Okay, he hasn't dropped anything. Okay. No, I've seen this one. I think I've seen this one. He has not released anything about it. He only talked about it.
Alright, so in respect to the last video I posted.
No, I've seen this one. I've played it earlier. Yeah, that they are trying to fly with me out. Yes, we know that with the elder sister. One thing that you all should look into. I'm asking for humanity. This is not about empathy. If Wunmi could come out and affirm that in spite of what Mohbad was going through, they did not take him to the hospital because he does not like to go to hospital. Now ask yourself the question. Ask yourself the question. If your son is a wife, if your son has dad as a wife, if you look at the condition, the question is, the condition he was in, does he require that he needs urgent medical attention? Which wife? They know, women know how to extract stuff from you. If you don't want to go to hospital and a woman wants you to go to hospital, not because that your life is very important. And don't forget that, what will I tell the world? That you are wallowing in pain because you don't want to go to hospital. Look at all the terrible stuff and junks that she was coming up with. 3 a.m. they rushed out that Mohbad needed a pharmacist. 3 a.m. That is the story. And they rushed out. They went to go and look for paracetamol for his crash. 3 a.m. We used to get injury for heaven's sake. Ambolowo. In fact, in Shower, even some of us that we get caught when we stop, you can understand. Now, let's assume the 3 a.m. they want to cover it up. It shows clearly that whatever condition Mohbad was, whether he was in pain, whatever it is, he was left to wallow in pain because somebody has done something that they don't want, constituted authority like a hospital setting to establish it. And some set of people, they covered it up. They are accessory after the fact, and they look for how to shift it on those that probably believe, because whatever it is, I'm still looking at Lagos State Government. I'm sorry, I have to say this. The Directorate of Public Prosecution, you hold the duty to give justice to people. That is the ministry saddled with the responsibility of justice. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, it is important. We have to speak this truth to ourselves. You are a public servant. We voted you in there. A case file came to you. A nurse who is a quack, who doesn't even belong to any hospital, brought medicine that will be given to somebody intravenously or whatever means. Did that. A nurse that never met Mohbad in her life. A nurse that Mohbad he doesn't know her. The wife never met her. Within 20 minutes or less. That is the story you people are selling to us. And then this nurse injected somebody. If that is a proper thing to do, and then the person begin, they injected poison into Mohbad's body. Somebody put poison, whether via food, whether through injection. Somebody gave them the narration of anaphylactic reaction. I can bet on my life. And don't be surprised that Mohbad probably will fight and say, who is this person? What did you put in my body? Maybe he fought the last minute. I am very sure the reason why he's still fighting is because till the last minute he was fighting like, I knew you all have betrayed me. This I am feeling is not paracetamol. This is death sentence on me. From you people that I call my own. I will fight with my last, and he fought, looking them face to face, and that was the moment they broke his neck and leg. I don't know yet. But they will pay. They thought they have escaped. That is not humanity. That shouldn't come from anybody that is family. That is one of the reasons why the boy spirit is still lagging and is still ruminating around, because he knows he went away in a very excruciating, and they are trying to use the government to shield this. Why would a nurse naturally Look at what they are selling to us, and it came into a case file. The moment, even look at you secondary school lawyer, I cannot see the statement of a nurse who told me, yes, I came to the house, I wanted to come and treat a scratch in the hand. Scratch in the hand, kilo for injection. Okay, now you want to treat stuff. So, let's assume you were too overzealous. You want to be, even from the story of they waiting from a day before, you cannot, oh, right, they said come the following day. It shows something is fishy. What are you treating? You don't have chance today. They waited and allowed the pain to be on Mohbad till the second day, and then you now came, same pain, don't go through. You know, 1 day and 20 minutes, and the same pain led to his death. Stop this nonsense, for heaven's sake. You might look that Nigerians are not exposed, that Nigerian youths are only waiting on social media for junks, for drama, for this. They don't know their rights, but it is out of place to continue to see that Nigerians are perpetually exploited, particularly via social media. Looking for things to keep the Nigerian social media space redundant. The young people, it's a disservice to this country. How can you come up and say, the moment the nurse that we called was not available, she said it's in Kutonu, and we have to wait for the nurse. What is all that nonsense? For a scratch in the hand. And the same nurse that they waited for a whole 24 hours came, brought some injection, injected the person she never met before, and the person that you want to pin it on drugs, on anaphylactic. Okay, now anaphylactic. If the nurse now gave a testimony and said, why didn't you rush him to hospital? Because you don't have the antidote. And the same nurse is telling you, government officials, people that are seeking justice, a honest police officer, when I realized I said, let me go and look for antidotes. For a nurse that doesn't, which pharmacy do you put there? How are you sure they have it in the pharmacy? Even in an hospital setting, if a patient goes through that, it will take a whole spontaneous, prompt action before the person can survive. So you are telling us this is how human life is. You want me and then joke sibe. Change to the big gidi the bashin to the baby who involved. To buy the big gidi lo so be no si yen se wa bota lo fe lo ra nto ma fi suppress. Look at the tour and flow. Oh, le bayo yen laye. Because even from a professional nurse, a real nurse that got the training knows that, let's assume the patient went into an anaphylactic reaction. Urgent medical attention, and yet it was stage ICU. That person needs intensive care. How can you rush out of the house to go and look for intensive care? Because even giving somebody antidote is not a normal treatment. It is now intensive care because you want to neutralize a particular treatment that has gone south. They are saying this to all of you on social media, and you are thinking that you will not fight for justice for this young person. That is how they will be taking the life of everybody's child. That is how anybody will do it, and some people in government and police will be aiding and abetting. That is not population control. This is extreme wickedness, and they are all supporting this kind of a person. You went in and then you now come to tell us you're the wife. The nurse now went out to go and look for antidote. Antidote where? Antidote is show me. It's one give narration. Mohbad said, I'm hot from inside. Is that not where you know that? It's either. And the point is this, Yomi, if you are listening to me, how can you vouch for somebody if truly there was a nurse? You said you knew your husband is always under threat. He has been bullied here and there. There is a gap from the time you said the nurse wanted to come and the time she didn't come. She could have been ambushed. You don't know. You said it on national TV. You don't know whether the nurse made a mistake or the nurse came to take his life. So for that reason, whose side are you meant to be? Is it on the dying husband or sympathy or empathy for a nurse? Probably you were thinking, oh, maybe it was a mistake. It's because you all thought that doctors, they have alibi when people buy in their hands, they go scot-free. So you think you want to stake that to this Mohbad's case in the treatment at home? You are deceiving yourself. It's because you are able to get the service of rogue criminals, disgusting people in the society, in government and in police. If the society is well functioning, because this narrative, it's not flying. That means the boy was left to swallow in pain. When you have hospital in your house which is less than 5 minutes, and this is one of the reasons why I dedicated my time. I went into that estate, I looked into it, I said, this is the distance from the house to the first chemist. This is the distance from Mohbad's house to the first hospital. And at the end of the day, by all your calculations, if Mohbad died in Kuramed, let me bust all your bubbles now, all of you, so that you know why you need to come out. If truly, according to Wumi and Adura, that they took Mohbad to Kuramed Hospital past 3 in the afternoon. I went to the hospital, they said past 3. If Mohbad was brought into that hospital past 3 in the afternoon, and Wumi said 20 minutes after the doctor said he's gone, they couldn't accept. They went to Perez Hospital. Perez Hospital said by 4:30 a.m., 4:30 p.m., they brought Mohbad and they declared Mohbad died. It means that before 4:30, they must have arrived Perez Hospital. Now, 3:30 to 4:30 is just 1 hour. There is no way rigor mortis would have set in. That is the 7th new lead that the police needs to investigate. There is no way within 1 hour rigor mortis ought to have set in. But Perez Hospital, the doctor that came to testify at the coroner inquest, said Mohbad was already in stage 3. Rigor mortis are setting. Who is now this? Why should Nigeria, the Lagos State Police Command, why would they do this to us? Why would they do this to the young boy? Is it because some of the family members are trying to say, just look the other way? Who gave the order that they should look the other way? They wanted to pin it on the president, and the president is now affirming. Say, no. Go and get the case and give justice. But we are waiting. Maybe the people that are still giving the order, they will go and penetrate the police officers now and say, ignore the president. Our own order, follow it. Don't give Mohbad justice. It is time for you to come out on the 11th. It is time for us to remind the president that we want you to ensure that key people that you trusted in the national security are on this case and monitoring and getting feedback, and ensure that justice is served, because they will ensure that we turn our back against the president. If it turns out that the person that gave the order in Lagos State that made Mohbad's case to go this way has power than the president, that person might even be the ones. We don't know how powerful the person is. So, but the fact remains that when you look at the old nonsense that they did in Lagos State, and the expense of this guy's justice is because truly there is one powerful person that gave them the order that Mohbad must not be given justice, and that they should rubbish the reputation of this country and make it look like this is how human lives is with us in Nigeria. Why? This is the reason why they are chasing us out of every country. Some things will look at these people. They don't know my own story. They don't know your story. The only story they know is what they see on social media, and they realize that in that same country, why are they? They know why we are running away. They know why our country is not unbeatable for all of us. That is why in Ghana they says, no, we don't want Nigeria. In China, they don't want Nigeria. In South Africa, they don't want Nigeria. In Dubai, they don't want Nigeria. How long will some people, because they wrote application to be in police, to be in ministries, and then they will destroy the future of yourself and your children, and then you continue to fold your hands? How long will they continue to tell you, oh, they will hijack protests? But when they keep hijacking the lives of innocent people like this, they keep hijacking the pathway of justice and police setting, they don't see that, they don't care. And they will tell you when it is for you to react positively, so that this country will follow the right direction, and the sanctity and the goodness of this country will come to fore. They will tell you don't express yourself, they will hijack it. They see you as slaves, and you continue to hate and abet that opinion and perception of you, your father, your mother, your children, that we are slaves, they are the masters. They said we should not react, and then you keep quiet because of cowardice. I'm saying it to you, you are part of the problem of this country, and you need to break the shackles. Look at the symbol on the cap of the head of a president. It signifies broken shackles. You need to tell it to him and say, sir, if you can keep broken shackles there, we will not accept the shame in this country. We'll demand justice for this young boy, and we will come out and we'll risk our everything and we'll get justice, and justice we will get. It doesn't matter who is involved. Mohbad's demise, if Mohbad died, it belongs to the family. If they took his life, if they murdered him, it belongs to the state and the public. If you look at the old nonsense the mother was doing, I said, this can never be a mother. You cannot tell me that you are Mohbad's mother. Whatever it is that you're fighting for, I'm sorry, in this ongoing investigation, she needs to be kept in as a suspect. Even Mohbad's father, I can tell you for free, should be treated as a suspect as we speak on. He said Mohbad died on the 11th. It's the post on affidavit. There must be a reason for that turnover. He needs to explain himself after he's properly treated as a suspect. If he has no hand in it, then he'll return back to become a suspect or just a witness. You can't continue to do this nonsense. You can't continue to do it. It is time for all of us to think that, what can I play as a part in this country to speak for justice? It's not something that you've expected. I want to be loved overnight. I want crowd to follow me overnight. It's systematic. Most of the things Nelson Mandela fought for, he might not even experience everything, and it's gone. Most of the things that Martin Luther King fought for, he didn't even experience, even enjoy more. If you keep quiet on things that matters today, you are leaving them as heap, as refuse, as a dump site for your children. And then ask yourself the question, you want to enjoy life, you don't want trouble. But things that are militating against your own self-enjoyment and making life better, you don't want to speak about it, and then it continues. It's coming back. It's waiting for your children. And that's why you have to play your part now to ensure that you alleviate it. You reduce it to the barest minimum, so that when your children will take over, they will have a little more to take care of, and the society gets better. And that is what I've signed up to do, and that is what I'll continue to use my voice to do. What they have been trying to do is to take away my voice, but they cannot take away my resolve. They believe social media is the only voice. Of course, we live in a social media age, but of course, I'll continue to lend my voice, even if it's just one person listening to me. I believe that when I continue to speak in the direction of truth and justice, I believe solely if I continue to speak in the direction of human dignity and then humanity, the voice will get to the first person. Any other person can transmit it. All I just want to do is to express myself in the pathway of truth and justice, so that my country, Nigeria, can always stand tall in the committees of nations. And that is my mandate, and that is what I want to do for my country. And I am appealing to you to do the same. Please stand up and let's do this together. Stand up. You must sacrifice for your country before you can blame Nigeria for neglecting you, for not being fruitful towards you. You need to sue yourself to the court of conscience. Am I honest towards Nigeria? Am I doing right by my country? Most of you prefer to do negative by Nigeria and go outside Nigeria, UK, Canada, London, and ensure that protection of human rights continues there. But you prefer that abuse of human rights continue in your own country, and then you continue to blame, oh, Britain, they are the pre-colonial masters, they are responsible for the backwardness of my country. But you go to Britain to continue to promote and ensure that you comply to the message and the tenets and laws of human rights. You can't continue to do this for your country. You need to understand that you need to start raising children and teach them this is our home. We are a unit in Nigeria. This is what we must admit. You must speak the truth always. You must stand by the truth. You must be contented. And when we're growing up, kini won fo le se láyé tí mo wá, kini won fo le se láyé tí mo wá, ayé tí mo wá, kàkà kí n jalè, ma kúkú ṣẹrú, kini won fo le se láyé tí. I am a foolish shomot. Those are the songs that most parents have vacated. They don't teach their children. Even most family names have no value again. People don't protect the family name again. If you cannot protect your family name, how will you teach your child to protect the name and the integrity of the country? These are the things that we need to go back to the basis and do. And this is one of the reasons why I'm fighting for this young boy, because he needs a voice, a honest voice. Against all odds, I will continue to speak up on behalf of Ileriolu. I promise, Aloba. His parents, they misunderstood me. His family members, they were trying to say, don't look to our side. They knew what happened to Mohbad, they hid it, and they are asking, help us to find what by Mohbad. And at the end of the day, when the same public are beginning to look in the direction where they hid the truth about what by Mohbad, they will tell you, are you okay? Is it your child that died? Don't look that way. But why are you asking us to look for what by Mohbad with you, when eventually our sense is telling us we should look where you hid it, and then you are beginning to call us names? I said, call me names, I'll fight on. Lambast me, I'll fight on. Defame me, I'll fight on. Lie against me, I'll fight on. I don't take what doesn't belong to me. I don't do it. Me, I have never done it in my life. I don't lie. I might be stubborn, I might be tenacious when I pursue my goal. Social media is a very terrible space, and because a lot of people in witchcraft, they know how to manipulate it. You know, we'll continue to fight. Iyabo that will tell you, I will fight for my children. Every time cases are going south, she will come up and tell you, I was raped 5 times. You will not fight for yourself. But you want to fight for a girl that doesn't have no evidence to show that Mohbad shall defraud any girl. You are silent about it. Just because somebody set him up and want to destroy his name. Because you people want to speak, you want to act like you care, then we should allow extreme criminality to flow in the society. It is unacceptable. With the judgment against Mohbad and the attitude of Lagos State government, they are telling us that in Lagos State, you can use children as bait. You can tell a child to submit a body to be sexually abused because you want to gather evidence. That is the judgment of Mohbad. By allowing Damola Adekola to walk free, I need to question Lagos State Governor. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, I am putting it to you. Under you, somebody claimed he slept with a 14-year-old. Your Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice allowed him to walk free. And they put in Babajide that I never slept with a child. It's in the case file, you all saw it. I'm not going to be hiding behind any finger to deceive anybody. This is the criminality and evil they perpetrate with the justice system that is bringing cost to the country. We have to speak the truth to ourselves. That is not governance. It is on that same government they allow princess telling her that it is okay to record sexual abuse of children or minor. That is child pornography. Princess never cared about that girl. If truly she was 14, she just wanted to destroy somebody's life. She doesn't care who is involved. And Iyabo aided and abetted her. And I said it to her. I said, you don't know. I am not a rape apologist. You know it that I don't abuse children. I don't abuse women. I have never raped in my life. You know, nothing of such has been ever said about me. But because you don't care about how I built my name and what I stand up for, you went about bashing people's name. And then you come up and say you are emotional. Who doesn't have emotion? That you have emotion does not mean you should destroy people's life in capital offenses. That is why people in government would continue to hate and abet you, because somebody, one criminal, one thug, one stupid is there supporting you, spending money around, and they said that Babajide must be punished. I said to you, it's not because we are supporting abuse of children. We are looking at the larger picture. You have to open your heart. You have to expand your horizon. I care so much about my country. Lagos State belongs to my mother. My mother is a Lagosian. By normal right, I should claim Lagos before I claim Abeokuta, because I came through that woman who is a Lagosian. You cannot continue to find excuse as to why you want to destroy other people's life, and when it comes to your own children, you find excuse. Now, you come in here to tell us your son is a junkie. Nobody becomes a junkie by one take. And with it, a man saw you say things and you make us look stupid on social media. Nobody becomes a junkie by one take. It must be a perpetual abuse of hard substance. And then you are telling us you saw that. You cannot hold your son. If this is the reason why you're facing the police, fighting for your own child that has been turned to junkie, who will tell you to keep quiet? You won't even need to run to Canada. Nobody will ask you to run. You will say, not on your life. I put my life on the life for my own child. But you would show us that you're fighting for other children, that you have no full evidence, half information. You would almost destroy other people's life. But the one that you claim you have evidence, then it turns to a serious melee or sudden their fame. How can somebody lace the drug of your son, turn your son to a junkie, and the same child of yours will tell you, Mommy, don't fight? But who told you to fight for other people that you saw no evidence? They've asked you repeatedly, you need to show evidence. Now, I didn't say Mohbad. Now, I'm only crying Mohbad. If you can pick the other boy that you acted you were caring for, and you covered whatever you have done with your own child, where did he get therapy? What have you done? So you fight for your own children by covering up his oppressor, but you fight for other children by exposing. Who does that? What kind of life do you think you are living? What example are you sharing with these young girls that are following you blindly? That when people like you, if your son abuse a child or a minor, you will cover it up. I can bet on my life, you will cover it up. Your son involving in drugs is a criminal offense, you covered it up. And you're deceiving the entire society. You're making a mess of an industry, and terrible people in that industry. They attempt to destroy my own life for you. But I thank God I still have selective, reasonable people in the society that believe that I have a mandate, I have a job to do. You can't continue to do this to young people because you have an advantage on social media. Any child that is having their lives destroyed because of your nonsense, the curse and the blood is on you, Iyabo. You need to sit down and ask God for forgiveness, and ask young children that have been seeing you as a reasonable person in the society that they should forgive you. You will go back to the basis and rearrange your philosophy. You need to go back and say, I need to know who I am and adjust. You have every reason to say, you know what? You've destroyed my son's life. You said God told you. Iyabo, you and I, we know the meaning of Baba Oja. We know the meaning of Oja. That is going with Jigon's name. Kaziba, we know the meaning of Oja. If Baba Oja is telling you he's seeing your son, they wanted to record him, nobody becomes a junkie from one shot. All these lies, that is if it is true. And when I look at it, I say, you can't be doing this. In that case, Baba Shade lo so fun wa pe your man are pedophiles in your family. Up until now, you have not mentioned the name. Omo princess Tejo free by Baba Gesha Peluro. Baba Gesha never slept with that girl. There was no way Baba Gesha slept with that girl. Anyway, the 14-year-old that you all screamed, no age was provided. Lagos State government does not have a single evidence of that girl's age. They sentenced Awagisha to prison with ESA. You ask him to come and short skit. Princess is not interested in that girl, because Princess and you all knew that any tomba so the person having sex with that girl is in that house. Damola Adekola and the security of the house. After Babagisha was arrested, the girl returned to her normal life and began to have sex, and they never knew what investigation is all about. And when police from Lagos State Panty said, bring that girl, let's run it, we need her, and they took her for a test. They said this girl was just recently disvirgin according to this test. Hymen is just healing, and this is the presence of semen. These are things that are hurting the society, because when you go after people without basis, without evidence, you are trying to hurt and pervert the way of justice. All of you terrible hypocrites, none of you could even ask them. I said it repeatedly. Ask Lagos State government, ask the governor of Lagos State, ask the commissioner of justice, ask Iyabo Ojo, ask Adetong, ask Tonto Dike. Where is Damola Adekola that slept with Princess' daughter and was arrested almost the same time with Babagisha? Why were all of you silent about it? How did he walk free in the same case, same investigation, and same victim? Is that justice? Same princess coached the girl. And I said, is that not sick? You are asking an innocent girl that cannot make decisions for herself because she rely on you for food, shelter, accommodation, and custody. You said, submit your body. Omo, my daughter, please, I want to know if this guy is actually who they say he is or you said he is. Don't worry, you have gone through that hurt and trauma before. No, you will go through it again. Don't worry. Don't worry. Submit your body. Let him take off your bra violently. Let him dig his hand into your private. Don't worry. I just want him to do it again. How would anybody assume that that is process and pursuit of justice? How? How many cases will you delve in and destroy lives and destroy activists and destroy people and send people to prison? You all made an attempt to send me to prison. How God saved me, you thought, Konshogun, Orini. Òun ló fi jẹ́ pé nínú ogun yẹn lógun tún padà ṣẹ́. Gbogbo ohun tẹ́ fi bú mi nígbà yẹn tẹ́ fi bú mi ní pé kò sọ́mọ, kò sílé, kò sí kankan, gbogbo ẹ̀ l'Ọlọ́run pèsè. Láì ṣe wàhálà, láì ṣe làálàá. That is why at the end of the day, you people continue to lie and do so many things. Destroying other people's lives to make yourself look good is not part of it. Now you are beginning to tell us, Otonibe, the Namali drugged your daughter to do this. Now we are beginning to hear about the son. These things are not making sense any longer. Rearrange yourself and treat and correct your ways. Don't for you to become the voice of the voiceless if you're not a voice yourself. It is not your calling. You see, Lobalagidi wannabe activism is not going to take anybody anywhere. It must be your genuine calling, and you must have the tenacity to stand true to the end. I am fighting for justice for Mohbad. I threw in everything I have. I vacated my house, a new house. I even risked the life of my child. I risked my own life. I vacated my acting career, movie career. I said, be on hold because this is a bigger picture. Taking somebody's life, a life is lost. This is how we can show our seriousness that we want justice. And that is why when Mohbad's mother was lying, defaming me, I said, go on, do whatever you want to do. I'm going to get justice for this boy. We were together in zone 2. She said she would tear cloth on my head. I said, go ahead and do it. I will get justice for this boy. I told Adura, I said, you guys don't know what you're dealing with. I am Mohbad's family and I will stand with my blood and I will ensure he gets justice except my life is taken. We're having an international press conference. I cannot even believe and expect it. The mother, the brother, and some thugs, they invaded. I continued with what I was standing to do. That is the difference between me and I. Money can't buy that. It's quite a shame that at the end of the day, some people are even putting price and say this was done because of money. I bet it, if you're not called for it, you cannot stand it. Your father can't do it. Your mother will dare not. In such a case that they believe it is only when the people inside the house speaks that Mohbad will get justice. It's only when honest police officers come into this case Mohbad will get justice. They have already reduced Nigerian police to rebels, that there is no way that this case will be blessed with honest politicians, people in government and people in police. Wọ́n ti ro case Mohbad yìí pé kò sí bó ṣe fẹ́ rí, kò sí èèyàn gidi láàrin àwọn ọlọ́pàá, kò sóòlóòtọ́ tó máa gbà tó máa dúró tó máa jà fún case Mohbad. They believe we don't have credible leaders. They believe all the politicians that we voted in with our lives, with our sweat, they have no integrity to stand by a citizen who clearly, certainly needs justice. They believe that since many people have been denied justice, then Mohbad also should be denied justice, forgetting that we need just one case to rearrange and shape this pattern of justice in the country. A case will change the narrative in the country. The family believe that that Mohbad can never be blessed. And that is where I keep reminding and keep saying that when Pharaoh said, who is that God that would ask me to give the children of Israel freedom? And God came out and said, I have given you so many signs. Signs upon signs. Lives were taken in Egypt. Signs here and there. Things were coming through. The astrologers, they were competing with Moses. Signs were there for Pharaoh to see. God gave him the power to become the king. But the moment his conscience and his heart, his mindset is returning and reminding God that, who are you? That I will give the children of Israel that freedom they so desire. And God said, I will remind you, I am that God. And God said to Moses, apart from the fact that you're going to pass through that Red Sea, look back. The Egyptians you are seeing today, you will never see them again. You will see them no more. And that's what I'm saying. The enemies of justice for Mohbad that we are seeing today, we shall see them no more. No matter who they are, where they are placed, we will see them no more. Very soon we will see them no more. None of us is going to live here forever, but on this particular cause of justice, we need to be firm, we need to be upright, we need to understand that we have a duty of care. When people began to write and say so many things about me, I said, I see no basis for all of this. So I'm happy if Naira Marley's matter is going to be set aside, it's good. And that's why I'm giving kudos to whatever VeryDarkMan has been doing. If he comes out to say, oh, I'm only seeking justice for Mohbad and Naira Marley, it's part of it. We need to clear the rubbles. The pathway needs to be cleared. Adura that refused to tell the public, the courts, the police, that something happened 3 a.m. Some people rushed out. He is here to even give clarity to the 30 seconds video. He's threatening VeryDarkMan. What a world. And that's why these pursuits in this last minute, the remnants that are left, that are shielding and disrupting and thinking that Mohbad will not get justice, I have one word for you. You need to start writing your will, because your shame and disgrace is so close. And that is if it's not coming with your demise and destruction. Some of you will go into oblivion, and God will prove to you that when I say yes, gazillion of you cannot tell me no. So when God speaks, nobody speaks. When God decides, nobody will decide. I share along about it. We'll go on a musical break, and when we come back, we'll find a way to round it up, and I'll tell you for free that God is on our side. And to Juno, because spirituality controls the physical. Spirituality controls the physical. And if somebody send to my family, and if anybody, and this boy will get justice, because that way we reacted for justice is because it's a pain that is valid in the heart of the majority of the people that came out. And it's because that justice will heal and correct so many things in our country. Do you think politicians don't want Nigeria to get better? But does the masses want Nigeria to get better? And that's where we have a source of concern.
Espresso.
But still please me. You don't have to hurt me before you win. You don't have to kill somebody before you sin. Oh, Charlie Browse.
When you look at Mohbad's songs, some of the things that is coming out from his mouth are for us to we have to reflect on them years upon years. Who is downstairs? Go and meet Big Daddy or Big Mommy. Big Daddy, go and meet Big Daddy. Who is downstairs? Who? Nobody is downstairs. Go there first. Okoshe. There is no two ways about it though. Whatever is making this woman to change her tone. Come and see this. Look at the stress we went through here and there, up and down. No. Gbogbo àwọn tó ń kó owó jáde tó fi ń support àwọn tó ń obstruct justice fún arákùnrin kí ìdààmú ayé kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń bá wọn. Gbogbo ohun tó mí àti tí ò mí nù kan kí ìdààmú bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń bá. Because it's not making any further sense. The boy is still in the morgue. A celebrity. So what's going to happen to a normal person? It's time for us to understand that there are manipulators. They take advantage of the weakness of the social media because they realize that most of people on social media, they don't understand and know their rights so much. So they need to start playing on the intelligence of the people. Please do well to start, don't look for handles, to look for nude, to look for this, to look. The reason why you have a phone and data is make use of your Google search. Google search on things that you hear. Tobati Jomopa law, your right. It will expand your horizon. So I will keep coming here to remind us of the pathway and the new leads that we have and the likely suspects, so that when we are speaking, because we could do a protest and any media could come to you, they want to see that you know why you are coming out. That will help you to speak with authority, not because Yomi said it, but because you are convinced. There is that conviction. So even if it's just going to be 10 of us that will be standing in front of the embassy, that we are convinced and we know why we think that, oh, now, apart from the corona inquest stating clearly that no, police needs to go back and look into that investigation and do proper one. We are so lucky. Before they made that stuff, we had a pathway of new lead that the police can quickly look into. When they look into that, then the truth will be established. So whatever informed the decision, those that took Mohbad's life, whatever it is that made them do it, it's their own personal stuff and it's not what represents the laws of the land. And that is where justice will come from Mohbad. So the parents, I will only appeal, they should start doing the right thing before the law catches up with them, because I want to adjust and exonerate themselves, because it is coming. If they have Ojunu, they will know that it will get to a stage. All those people saying, I'm helping you, I'm buying bribe, except the person and the order from above is bigger than the country and the president. At this stage, we are about to find out. We are about to find out. And if there is a way, people, I want you guys to listen to this. I will need the information of this person. This individual, I'm going to be playing his voice notes, is also very crucial. I won't say how and why, but please, if we can get it, we need, if anybody has a contact of this person, if you are listening to me, send it via DM. It's very important to establish some key parts in this stuff. I know police will still go after the Zomo, whatever role they must have played. We're seeing a video where a substance was passed to me while the woman was taken out when they were going to bury Mohbad. On the move long by it's all those things are disgusting. I've asked it severally. Mohbad, the police did not do anything. Tomati paro, tomati statement. She will go down for it as well. But this voice, I want us to listen to it.
So like I was saying, I was at the hospital that morning when Mohbad arrived. He came with one guy, the same guy that his video was trending on social media that was shouting, Mohbad is dead, Mohbad is dead. And that's why I told you that guy, he had a lot of questions to answer because he knows a lot of things that Nigerians don't know. The same guy he came with, and he is the same guy that took him out of hospital. Now, I was at the hospital that morning when he arrived, and I even took a picture with him. I will send it.
I don't know if it is possible to put a ransom that whoever can give us the contact of this person or how we can get him for questioning. I don't know if it is okay to do that now, but whoever that can tell us or share us who this person is and how he can be contacted is very important. Very, very important.
Picture. I will send you the picture. So when he came, I was happy to see him. I requested if I can take a picture with him, and he said no problem. Though I noticed he looked so down, he was looking so down that morning. I was not happy initially because they gave me appointment, and I got there. I stayed there for almost an hour. They told me that the doctor is not around. So at the time I got angry, and one of the nurses there came to like calm me down that the doctor will soon arrive. So while we were talking, Mohbad came in with the guy. So I saw him, and instantly I was lightened up, and I was like, Mohbad, I used to listen to your song. I'm one of your fans. Can I please take a picture with you? And he said, okay, no problem. So after taking this picture with him, he went inside. He went inside, and I was sitting down at the reception there. I was just looking at the picture. Then after 20 minutes, after 15 to 20 minutes that he went inside, started noticing that they were just moving around. A lot of confusion. I couldn't understand. I noticed that they were trying to make call. They were trying to call some people. The nurses, they were just walking around. And something was not just right. So I had to like stand up. I needed to ask someone like what's going on, because at the time I was even like kind of afraid if I'm safe there. So I had to like I saw the nurse that was trying to like calm me down earlier. So I called her and I was like, what happened? She whispered to my ear that they gave Mohbad injection and he collapsed. So I was shocked. Mohbad, I wanted to shout before.
Same trajectory, injection by a nurse. Listen up, Kewawolo.
No, even the nurse that was, because I wanted to like ask her, what?
Don't ever think that this guy was just making it up. He said Mohbad came to the hospital in the morning of the 12th and he was injected by the nurse. Same trajectory. So it is not that he just make it up. If he could release that almost the same time Mohbad's news was announced, and he said he saw Mohbad in the morning.
What happened? Before I know, she left me. So I was kind of confused. In that confused state, I was just standing around. Before my own very eyes, this same guy that came with Mohbad rushed him out of the hospital, shirtless, out of the hospital, and everything just happened so fast. Normally, okay, you gave a patient an injection and he passed out. At least the hospital will do something or try something to at least try to resuscitate him or try to do something, even if he passed out, or maybe he's confirmed dead, he's finally confirmed dead. So maybe the hospital will even be the one to even arrange properly to even take him to mortuary or so. But the guy with some nurses, they were the one that rushed this guy out horribly in my presence, and I was so confused. I was like, what is going on? I tried to ask questions, nobody answered me, and at the time I later did not even take my injection that I went there to take. So God, this life. There's nothing in this life this life. This is someone I saw. I saw him in my own eyes that morning. I saw him. I saw him. picture with him. I saw him. This is why this thing is paining me. Wallahi. It's like, what? Before I know, I was still at the hospital. I was still at the hospital when I heard the news that he was dead. I so quick. These people did not even try to do anything safe. They did not even, in fact, these people they did not try at all to help this guy. Like it was daily.
This was probably an attempt to pin it on the hospital so that nobody will say what happened to him in the house. They thought staging the house, or probably the nurse coming to the house, is secondary or the second option when the hospital rejected this whole nonsense. But this has already gone far, because you would know clearly that for this person to pick the same trajectory of Mohbad being injected and then it went into a different stuff, blah blah blah, it could be that the nurse came truly to the house on the 11th and somebody, probably whether the nurse injected the wrong substance or something was already given to Mohbad in form of a poison that met the injection, that would have been resolved via the coroner inquest, the toxicology and stuff like that. But one thing led to the other. Both toxicology, they just used it to deceive. It doesn't make any sense to me what was done there. I must say, because the old stuff, they went to the lab in America, they said nothing like that happened, all those, and then the second one, the family said no, we want to go and do our own. The same family could not even tell us where they did this. They couldn't tell us where they did this. Somebody from within the same circle of family said no, this is where they did it. It was done free of charge. This all sort of stuff. It shows that the whole process, even when the guy brought the toxicology, nobody drilled him. He just went, he wasn't even coming for cross-examination fully. Like, as in, nobody was trying to say, can we just establish so many things? Nothing was really established. He came to read whatever I want to read, and then it's gone. Everybody came, talked, gone. No evidence, nothing. And the same Mohbad's father, Isaku, blocked all the pathway of getting video evidence. And he showed no remorse when it was said to him that your younger brother, your power of attorney, your family member, sent even assassin, sent people to hack into the database of Mohbad's neighbor. Anybody didn't know where state Mohbad. At a neighbor, they were living in the estate. They wanted to help. No way you will do an investigation if people in Mohbad's house choose to lie. The next option for anybody to see if they can gather eyewitness accounts should be the neighbor. Police never told us that they questioned any of the neighbors. Apart from, they said a neighbor came to carry Mohbad with his car. Proper investigation, asking, did you hear noise? Did you see anything? Can you, speaking to people very close, in close proximity. As a matter of fact, it was natural for police to have seen the CCTV that I detected. But all those they did, they just make a mess and make us look stupid, as if human life and justice does not matter. Normally on a good day, anybody investigating will go into the area and do, physical assessment. They would have spotted the CCTV that I spotted and say, yes, let's speak to this person. If this CCTV is working, it will capture every individual that came into Mohbad's house and probably saw one or two things that it can, just a clue. And when we made efforts, I went to court to get injunction so that the neighbor could release the CCTV. I informed the police. I mobilized police to go to the place. And at the end of the day, they threatened the neighbor. The most disgusting one is one Buki Jesse, a terrible criminal for that matter. She was just putting the picture of the neighbor's house there to scare the man away. I cannot even believe anybody that is raised properly will look at all those efforts and say I was lying with the CCTV. What is my business with lying with CCTV in Mohbad's house or the estate? The CCTV that I've pointed to the police. All I just wanted to do is help and get justice for the young boy. And at the end of the day, my NGO went as far as writing an application to the IG to get witness protection, police for that neighbor. You need to picture how much would have been involved to protect them. But at the end of the day, the man was threatened, and I ensured, go to zone 2. Anybody that has a number of the AIG should call him. So if you number AIG, so that you guys can call him and say, did we drag that neighbor? Did I not? I drag her. Why we want drag her? What's the police station? Iyabo, King White and Tadura, they cannot look me into the face and say, I did not even fight Mohbad's neighbor in front of the AIG, you know, office AIG. That is AIG, Fabiyi. I look at the Mohbad's neighbor, I said, you are not a honest Nigerian. You told me what you saw, what is in that CCTV. You requested for a court order, and suddenly you are changing your mouth. After I have put my life on the line, got you caught, 3 police officers to be protecting you. The man said, told to the IG, said, I only need my own personal GUN. The man told the AIG, I need my own GUN. If you can give it to me, then we want to talk, we'll negotiate. That's when I will know you are talking about anything CCTV. The man told me what was in the CCTV. He has the exact date Mohbad breathed his last. And that would have put to rest all the lies that Mohbad cried on the 12th. The man's CCTV captured on the 11th. He captured some individuals that came under his CCTV discussing how Mohbad died and what was going on. I went out, I said this to the police, I put my life on the line, and the double crossed me. And 30 people on TikTok were saying I was lying. People that would never live where they are saying I was lying, I was making a whole lot of money. I said, what does these people know about justice? But of course, we don't know who is who. They are looking for people that are weak in mind, that also have a mind of their own, that would never appreciate any sacrifice towards the cause of justice. They believe this cause of justice is about me. What is my own? It could be what we are doing is to save the life of your son in future, or even your own life. If you allow it to flow, maybe the person asking that they should not believe us might be the next victim in something like this, and nobody will even pity them because they don't deserve one. It just means schedule last. The picture and the truth will come up to them when you were condemning your Fabiyi. If that had happened, if you had never condemned him and that come to fall, these people will not have access to you. This is the lineage. I tell you, CCTV is very close to Mohbad's house. Whether you believe me or not, you can always live wherever you are. If you are in England, you are in UK, you are in America, you can buy a ticket and go to the street and say, let me even check for myself.
Only contact only contact now. What the sample of the CCTV?
I'm to send address.
Okay, so no problem. You know, we told him
No. Come on, let's see what you lay. Yes. Come on, to do what you want to do. Okay. The person will now want to back for okay, Boza. Pull up and they have
okay.
When I push every may pass away.
No problem. Anyone but somebody take anything out of them, you'll be on them. Or try random. They need you'll be there.
Okay, sir.
Alright, God bless you, my brother.
Alright, sir.
That was the Deputy Commissioner of Police that was heading Lagos State CID. As at that time, we were meeting with this person. You know, it's funny, justice. When we wanted to protest at the Lagos State House of Assembly, the Commissioner of Police summoned me that I should come through the PRO, Benjamin Undein, that the Commissioner of Police wants to see me as a matter of urgency. And I left Abeokuta to meet the CP, not the current CP, the previous one. He now said, why would you want to protest on this Mohbad issue? That the states, you know, the economy is not okay, blah, blah, blah. I said, sir, we're going to protest. You're not going to be gagging us. He said, why? We're not gagging you, but Why don't you look for another thing? What is new about this case? Because the police officers, they've done what they have to do. I said, sir, there is something new. There is CCTV. I've spoken to a neighbor of Mohbad. And there are so many other lacunas that the police were meant to do. They didn't do it in that case. Sir, your police officers, you were not here then. And I stated everything. I said, with due respect, I am not doing this for anything. This is how a country should run. Individuals should fight for the other person. If you say because this person is being abused, you say it does not concern you. When they are abusing you too, or they are abusing your daughter, or they are abusing your son, it will not be of concern to those observing them. And the CP said, oh God, you know what? Go to Panti, you can do your protest. Go and meet with the area commander and the DPO in that area. I will speak to them, discuss with them for security for the people. But please don't do 2 days. October 1st is coming. I don't want Wala. I said, okay, I will not do 2 days, but I'll do 1 day. That is sorted. The most annoying thing is that Lara want Tajon lawyer, Tajon and for justice. Onile, Arifa, and Binti Lai. Those are the people I trusted to go with me. And we went, and this commissioner of police said, anything new that concerns Mohbad matter, that we should direct it to the deputy commissioner of police in Panti. They are the ones in charge of all the major departments in Lagos State. I said, good. He said, we should go. And he called the man. He said, Yomi Fabiyi is coming with his people. Please give them audience. And that was the first time I was going to be seeing the man together. Amy, Arifa, Atiboya, Binti Laya, Abonile Lawole. We entered. We met with this man. We discussed extensively. The DCP Lati Ahmed, a very brilliant, forthright, honest police officer. He said, I can listen to you with open mind. This is a clear-cut new lead. He said, let me call those officers, one of them that investigated them, bring them in. Even while one of the officers was trying to do abracadabra, the man said, can you please excuse us? Now, you don't do this. These people are Nigerians that are fighting for a good cause, and you are inserting yourself in a case as if you are the defendant. You have to be neutral as a police officer. That go out and I'll call you back in later, please. And the man apologized, said, I'm sorry, please. You can say I didn't encourage you. Some of them, they need more understanding in this case. He thought he's trying to defend his work, not knowing that he's already inserting himself. I said, okay, sir, no problem. And then we discussed on this new lead. I cannot even believe this is happening. And we discussed, we did everything. Lara wants a deputy commissioner of police. When I now got 3 seconds video, see, Adura sent the CV. The 3 seconds video to send the CV, homicide confession. I called the deputy commissioner of police. I wrote to him and said, this is it. Lara wants a jollo so quick. Fake ni pe won me mi nbe yen pe fake stamp le mi loji. And they were telling one disgusting person to lohun egbon Karimo. And he ended up feed àwọn tó ń tẹ̀lé put the are these Nigerians, are these people that have conscience? Ṣáwọn èèyàn ló ń bá lẹ́ni ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ ṣá? Is it because this TikTok allow people to turn camera and make them? How can you rubbish somebody's sacrifice and effort this way? What is only definition? That is when I know that what is dealing with this justice for Mohbad is beyond you trying to say you, because Kotia make this everybody come snitch or come. And I look at it and said, oh my God. Even now that they realize, they said, oh, that was a petition of Mijibako. The same Karimo. No matter that you are Dura Crow, this zone 2. No, they won't transfer case yẹn lọ sí same Panti tí òun àti Arifa yẹn sọ pé mi ti give stamp pé mi ẹlẹ́wọ̀n lèmi, they will send me to prison, they will do this. Same Panti yẹn lọ́rọ̀ tó rí pé wọ́n padà gbé gbogbo àtàdúrà àti Dàmọ́lá yẹn wọ́n transfer our suspects. And they realized that I went to the same Panti and I was there. Nothing happened to me. But look at how far they've destroyed my name. And they've even slowed down the cause of justice for this young boy because of diarrhea of the mouth. I have a broader voice. Anonymity of social media. I want to man or to pain me. Because don't see me as an actor. I can't see such nonsense around me and look at it and say, so I should tell them. Even those police officers will look at such individuals and say, because look at them. You come here and tell us you are fighting for justice, and the person leading the onslaught, you are coming here to snitch on them. And when you ask them, "She you fight for justice," and you go say, "I want the fight for." In your America with half-baked information until Nemo, to exposed. Look at opportunity visa. Also, there is serious effort that would have brought justice to the young boy. When you say, "Give us Barnabas, crucify Jesus," and some people will still go and sit under the handle of such people and want to listen to them. And when I don't want justice back, how does that equate? Another one will say, Yomi Elumbare Shati. One will be case crew where they don't tell you one kiri, don't again want to kiri. Only but I could make an answer to want to be case crew. Láti pàǹtí lọ sí Abuja. Òun náà ló tún máa bọ́ta sọ pé àwọn ọ̀gá tó sọ pé yeah, this is where the case is. Wọ́n tún máa ní fake shot ni. Ẹ má support Yomi, ẹ má ṣe kíní kan. What is all this nonsense? Ẹ dẹ̀ bímọ sí yín. Another one will be there. Yomi yẹn ò rí kankan, kò gbé kankan sọ́wọ́, kò ṣe kíní kan. Yomi yẹn kàn pariwo ni. Look at the battles we have to face, and I have to be the one to lead the battle. Internal, the only impediment, reason to feel opportunity is because the foundation is not funded. The soul of foundation, the NGO, and that is a big lesson. That is why some people that are now messaging me, "Come and fight for our right. Come and fight for this one." Maybe you are an activist. You would think it's like talking on social. Our activism come up when she camera. I don't call people out. That is why most of you don't know the difference. If I want to be popular more, if I want people to be coming to my page to follow me, I will be calling people out and abusing people's rights. I will look for, "Oh, you, like I give you 24 hours." No, I can't do that. I'm not in that league. I'm a certified, decorated human rights ambassador. I am a certified human rights consultant. I'm an actor. I have a noble career and noble profession. And I have serious structures to work under me as a crusader of human rights. There are some flags that people identify because of that. Now on limit me a little like. Now look at my travel war because of the flags that I've identified with on my show me lesson. Any itch they will hold me down. And at the end of the day, you see what is going on. Recently, it's not for me to say let me back off. Because people want to show who they are. People with speaking with the two sides of the mouth. They have black foresight. They follow frenzy, rave, don't tell you. They don't follow reality and follow a serious pattern. So whoever wants to become an activist, want to fight for justice, these are things that you should look and look. What are the things? I want to cause it. I won't be tati cause daily, because sometimes you look at it and say, maybe I should just be where I am. Maybe the time I said I want to start, I said, let's storm the court. If I had retained on my Instagram, it will still probably give the same result. But because I want to act, want to be humble. At a point, this one will call you. They don't know whether they send you a message. They will send you DM. Come. Why don't you come here? Come to this place. You look at tomato bowl. supporting an NGO does not mean my NGO works for you, or I become a puppet. Because even as an actor alone, oh, you know, I know when with my name, with my structure and the family, the only thing is whether you send or you don't send, the NGO is meant to be supported by Nigerians or any other person. So how would somebody donating to an NGO turn themselves to a Lord? Yeah, you will come and tell us. No, it doesn't make any sense. So when you refuse to do their obedience, automatically they start destroying your name. So sick when the other lady told Shanobi told that Yomi on 800,000 and mobile pay. But because people can shame me spiritually, people can shame me physically.